19 Ultimate Team today. We're going to be having a couple of games on this live stream on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team, and as we always discussions about what's going on with Manchester United. As I said, got a big game this weekend, Southampton at the weekend, 5:30 kick-off, as I updated your previous videos. So potentially news is, as I keep updating you, what's that? I've had to create limited edition kits for Man United, Juventus, Bayern, Real Madrid. As fans of Manchester United will receive an untradeable version of Manchester United kit. All 4 kits are available now for FIFA 19. Ooh, I don't look like the bloody colour or pattern of that kit. But 102,000 coins, 300 points, and 110 I've won, 120 I've lost, and 58 draws. So we're going to the news anyway. Reportedly about David De Gea, reportedly now, it's according to the press, it's out a few minutes, so reportedly he wants to know, does David De Gea prospectively, if Jose Mourinho is staying at Manchester United, and then potentially, according to the press, when he does know, that's when he will make a decision. So potentially De Gea is saying, I'm waiting for Manchester United to make a key decision, and then obviously he'll decide whether he's going to sign a new deal at Manchester United or not. So potentially confirmed yesterday, Man United had activated that clause to extend his current contract till 2020 with the club. It has that we had the 1 year option in there to trigger on his current contract. I think Manchester United have done this now. They've activated this. It has been confirmed potentially. So likely we have had replacements for David De Gea, but it's looking likely he could sign a new deal. But reportedly, Mourinho thinks Manchester United will be able to secure David De Gea a new deal with the club. Prospectively, I think it will have to be in the region of £300,000 a week, which would potentially make him one of the highest paid players, and obviously the highest paid players in the Manchester United squad, and the highest paid goalkeeper in the world. So potentially, Mourinho thinks he'll sign the new deal. And potentially David De Gea basically wants to know if Mourinho's staying at the club, obviously, because obviously we're talking about the other week about challenging for silverware and competing, and he wasn't satisfied about this. But I think, from his own perspective, I think he feels happy at Manchester United, as he has confirmed. I think he loves it here at Manchester United. But potentially he has been here since 2011 as David De Gea, as we all know. You know, he's up like Atletico Madrid, so he's highly experienced in Spain, and look at my team, and potentially, as I said, so potentially Man United could secure him a new deal. From Mourinho's perspective, he thinks he wants to stay at Manchester United, according to Mourinho. Don't forget, Mourinho said quite a few weeks ago, to be fair, he wasn't too convinced David De Gea was going to sign the deal because Man United had been in talks and De Gea was refusing to sign his contract. Good, but I think since Tuesday, we've had positive news about what's going on regarding David De Gea. I hope he stays. He's potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. He's made over 2 century appearances since he's come to the club. We all know currently that PSG are linked to him under financial fair play regulations. We know, Juventus have also linked to him as well. George Mendy's current agent, as I said, has been in discussions with Juventus about him potentially making a move there next summer to go to Italy. There's been talks about that. It also said PSG were keen on the move next summer for him. Obviously they're under financial fair play at Paris Saint-Germain, as I do keep saying. Reportedly they're willing to offer him a 4-year deal, a fee of in the region of 60 million, and plus around £300,000 a week to get into Paris Saint-Germain. But it says Man United were demanding 75 million. But potentially, Man United may well offer him £300,000 a week, for him to sign his new deal, and obviously, keep him at the club, as I said. And he's won Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons, David De Gea. Potentially, we know he's been linked to a move to Real Madrid, as we all currently know, but obviously, Real Madrid didn't get him, did they? So that's one good thing. We just need to do with contracts about this, but as I said, Man United have, eyed potential replacements for David De Gea. As we all know, Jordan Pickford's been mentioned. Potentially Everton will be satisfied about this. Basically, that David De Gea, now has signed this. They'll be happy now, Everton, that this clause has been activated to extend his contract to 2020 De Gea, because potentially Everton wouldn't want to lose Pickford. And Man United, if De Gea doesn't sign a new deal and he does leave next summer, potentially Man United have ended a potential replacement. I'd like Pickford at Manchester United, to be honest. I do really like him. He's good at Everton. He's been there since 2017, as I say. His performances in the World Cup were brilliant, to be quite fair, in this year's World Cup. These contracts annoy me. And Jordan Pickford's under contract with Everton until 2024, as we all know. Everton bought him from Sunderland for, 4th kit. I'm going to see what this 4th kit's like. It looks horrible in my opinion. I think it confirmed quite a few weeks ago that they were adding this to FIFA 19. So I'll replace it for blue, and anywhere. Looks disgusting to me, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. But yeah, so Man United have identified Jordan Pickford. He could cost up in the region of £60 million anywhere if David De Gea was to go, as I said. But he's been at a lot of teams on loan in the past as well. And he's won since he's been at Everton. He's won Everton's Player of the Season, Everton Young Player of the Season, Everton Player of the Season, and potentially I think his performances under Marco Silva, you know, Everton have been very, very good. And I think this season he's played well as well, and we know we had a disappointing transfer market, you know, because we missed out on a strong central defender. We also missed out on an attacker as well, as we all know. Potentially Jordan Blanc's been mentioned in the press, reportedly. He's been mentioned in the press as well. You know, potentially reportedly has an £87 million buyout clause. He's under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2021. He's been at Benfica in the past. He signed for Benfica just the age of 17, so potentially then he was in his prime. His performances are reportedly very, very good in Spain with Atletico Madrid. I think it's his 5th season now with Atletico Madrid. He's made about 174 appearances in all competitions. You know, he won. You know, he's won honours. He won honours. You know, with he won the domestic treble with Benfica, did Joe Blanc as well, but reportedly Man United have identified him as a potential target as well. So we've got 2 goalkeepers on the line to replace De Gea if De Gea does go. But in my opinion, you know, Man United are not competing, we're not up there challenging for silverware and that. So David De Gea has spoke about, you know, up there challenging for silverware and that, but I think he feels happy here. You know, he said he's happy here, David De Gea, and potentially it all depends now. What he's saying is, he wants to know if Mourinho's staying at the club, he wants to know what's going on with the club, and that's when De Gea will take action and make a decision whether he's going to sign a new deal at Manchester United or not, and that's what I'm potentially saying to you. So, you know, we'll put them there, right there. So we're going to get into a game now anyway. Southampton Man United tomorrow, as I said. You know, I give you some updates of what we're going on in the game, building up to the game. As I confirmed to you on my video earlier on about Alexis Sanchez, reportedly Mourinho said in his press conference that reportedly what he says about Sanchez, regarding Sanchez, well, we need points. You know, we need to better our league position. You know, we need to focus on the Premier League, and this is what Mourinho's explained, because we're lacking goals this season. Defensively, we're terrible. You know, we've only won 3 on the road all season. Potentially he's confirmed the news about Sanchez. Reportedly, Sanchez has suffered an hamstring injury yesterday during training. Sanchez could leave the club anyway. We're just in 12 months into the club, because potentially Sanchez potentially said he's told his friends he wants to leave Man United. He's keen on the move to PSG, and obviously PSG linked him last year, but and he was treated that he missed the game midweek in the Champions League against Young Boys, and potentially reportedly he's got an hamstring injury. Mourinho has actually confirmed that he could be out for a long time. He did say he could be out at least a month. So basically Sanchez is going to miss tomorrow, and it's likely he's going to miss other games that are coming up. So it's unlikely he's going to make the Arsenal game, where he could have been having a reunion, obviously, because that's his ex-club. Likely to miss Fulham, could miss Valencia, and potentially could miss Liverpool as well. So they're all the games Alexis Sanchez could miss as well. But I think, you know, this is what Mourinho's confirmed. I think potentially he hasn't made an impact since he's come to the club. I think he hasn't really made an impact since he's come. You know, he's good with Arsenal, he's 5 years there. He was good at London, he's good with Barca. But he just isn't proving himself at Manchester United. You know, we know he's highly experienced in the league, but he's on £500,000 a week, but he just isn't proving himself at Manchester United, and he's going to find it hard to get game time at United. So I think he will go to PSG in January or next summer or whatever. Potentially, I think there's a lot of players who are unhappy at this club under Jose Mourinho, as we all know. Potentially, I don't think any youth players, you know, whoever we get in or whatever, are actually going to grow and develop while Jose Mourinho's managing, because his style of play is terrible at this club. I think the strappings of this club too, you know, big for Jose Mourinho to handle. The strappings of this club too big for Jose Mourinho to handle, and you know, we know that he's wrong. I know he's wrong for publicly criticising players. He's done it quite a few times. You know, as you've been seeing Jose Mourinho basically coming out, basically talking about what he's achieved and, you know, what he's won and stuff, talking about history a lot, you know, because he's aware that, you know, a lot of fans have given criticism. You know, he's spent just under £400 million on 11 players. He's looking to add reinforcements into the squad. Potentially he's going to get tens of £10 million in the January. I wouldn't trust him with this money. And potentially could tomorrow be Jose Mourinho's last game, because we know he's under so much pressure, considering the results this season, which have been absolutely diabolical. We're 7th, you know, we could be in a worse position, because you know, there's games this season. There's games this season what we have been lucky to win in, to be quite fair. We're lucky to win at Bournemouth, lucky to win against Newcastle, you know, lucky to win at Juventus away in the Champions League. So potentially we could be in a worse, position than we're in now. We're sitting 7th, nearly in December, and we're 14 points behind Man City. You know, we could be 17 points behind them by the time we play Southampton at 5:30 tomorrow. So it's not looking very, very good, is it? And we're 7 points from top 4. We're 7 points from top 4 as well. Potentially, I think we could reduce it because the top 4 deficit if we beat Southampton, because I think Chelsea play Sunday. I think they play Sunday. Arsenal play Tottenham on Sunday. So yeah, so we need to win these games. We have got winnable games over Christmas. Over Christmas. But the Southampton game, as I said, I think it'll be Young and Luke Shaw playing at each full-back flank. Young on the right, Luke Shaw on the left. Potentially, I think Pogba and Lukaku will be starting. They didn't start midweek against Young Boys. Confirmed, I think Jones will be fulfilling Lindelof's position in that centre-back. He'll be alongside Smalling, Will Jones, I should presume, because obviously Barley can't get in the squad at the moment, as we all know. So potentially it will be Phil Jones. Lindelof is confirmed. I think he's out until mid-December time, late December I think it said. Is a bad injury. He's got a muscular problem or something like that, as Lindelof suffered it against Palace last week, and Lindelof's out, so he's going to be missing. I think he's improved like this season, to be quite fair, as Lindelof. He has improved indeed, but obviously he's out. Rojo's a doubt. Rojo's injured. I think Doyle's a doubt as well, because he's been injured. He's been injured, so he's only played 1 game this season. Valencia, he's fit, but I can't see him getting that right back. I think Young will be getting that right back position. As I said, Darmian won't be there as well, I don't think. But yeah, it's a game we have to win tomorrow, because we know Mark Hughes is under pressure with Southampton, because potentially, you know, they've got a few injury problems. You know, this season they've been absolutely woeful. You know, I think they're sitting in the relegation zone in the bottom 3. You know, they've only won one game out of 13 all season. They've lost 7 and drawn 5. I think they've only won 1 game all season. Home record not very, very good recently. And we've got a very, very good record against Southampton. You know, last 7 meetings at Southampton, we've won 5 of them out of 7, and we haven't actually lost at St Mary's since 2003. Basically, so that's a very, very good record. So we usually have a good record against them. The last time lost to them was under the Van Gaal era back in 2016. That was at Old Trafford by 1-0. So we did lose that. We have lost a few times to them at Old Trafford, but considering his form at St Mary's is, you know, very, very good. Can't argue about it. It's very, very good. This form at St Mary's, and we haven't lost them in our last 5 meetings. So potentially we need to win. We really do need to win, but I wouldn't guarantee it, you know, the way we're performing at the moment. As I said, I wouldn't guarantee we're going to get a win. So.
And they've opened the scoring now.
Right there, I just need to fill my signal.
They seemed to lose the concentration almost. They saw it coming from a long way out.
Well, I just need to pause this a minute. Just need to fill my signal. But yeah, so yeah, it's an important game for us tomorrow. Southampton, of course, got Shane Long out, and I think they've got Sam Gallagher out. I think it's a debate whether, what's his name now, Danny Ings starts for Southampton or not, because he's been injured, hasn't he, as well? So that's a debate if he starts. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game, but obviously, you know, we've got a lot of players that are coming to end their deals, and obviously Man United are focusing on, you know, getting these players getting new deals at the club, as we all know.
Has opened the scoring 1-0 here.
We're focused on getting these players new deals at the club. As I said, we've got a lot of players coming to the end of the deals at Man United, as we all know. Potentially, we've got a good record at Southampton, as we all currently know. We've got a good record, so I don't know where we're playing. I don't know. I can't guarantee us to win any game. You know.
Goal for the visitors. Number 10, Dries Merton.
You know, it was good to see. Was it back in? Best. Good. We've had good games against Saints over the years. You know, one when we beat them 3-2. I think that's Robin van Persie. Was it 2012? Got his first Manchester United hat-trick against Southampton at St Mary's. I think we went, we were 2-1 down, 1-0 down, 1-1, then we were 2-1 down, then we came back to win 3-2. And in that game, I think Van Persie actually missed a penalty in that game as well. But potentially, there's a lot of players Man United are linked with. But I said, as I keep saying, regardless of who we get in, I don't want Mourinho as our manager. And I think the board, need to react now. They need to get him out of this club. I think he just talks nonsense half the time. Does Jose Mourinho? I think he's also very, very arrogant. I just think there's a lot of players that don't want to play under Mourinho. As I said, I think Sanchez will go in January. I think he will go. I really do think he will go. Potentially, definitely as best outfield player this season has been Anthony Martial, without a shadow of a doubt. The two-star performance have been David De Gea in there, Martial in goal, Martial as outfield player. Sorry, what am I on about? And and that's it. And no one else has really performed that well. Martial in the last 2 games hasn't been to his potential best, so he needs to pick it up again as he has been doing over the course of this season. As I said, we haven't got him a new contract yet at the club. Man United have been in discussions of signing him a new deal at the club. Reportedly, in terms of agreeing him a new contract, it hasn't been successful as yet for Anthony Martial. I hope he does stay at the club. I think Mourinho wants him to stay at the club. So we will have to see what happens. But Mourinho back, David De Gea, he's confident now he will actually sign this new deal. He's happy at United, but he's waiting for a key decision, as I said. But if you've been hearing the reports that we've been linked with so many defenders, Koulibaly keeps getting mentioned in the press. Do you think Koulibaly, complement our defence fantastically well? I know he's a Napoli player, reportedly, but his performances for Napoli have been absolutely fantastic. Reportedly he's rated at around £89 million, so if Napoli, he's under contract as well with them to 2020-2023, so if Napoli were willing to any business, they'd make a huge profit on the player. They'd make about they'd make a huge profit, because obviously they only paid £7 million for him from Genk, and reportedly centre back, can play as a left back and also plays a defensive midfielder as well. And he has been at Napoli since 2014 as Koulibaly. I don't really know much about the player, because to be fair, I know some stuff about Italian football, but I don't watch Italian football. And I know Juventus are the best team in Italian football without a shadow of a doubt. Historically very, very good, and still most of the time they win the Serie A every single year anywhere. But yeah, Koulibaly's performances are very, very good, and Man United have been linked to him. Man United put a bid in the region of £77-80 million, and reportedly said the other week this bid had been turned down by Napoli. As I said, because Mourinho's confirmed he's looking to get Bailey out of the team and Rojo out of the team, because potentially Rojo hasn't been the same player since he got injured against Anderlecht. Bailey can't even get into the team this season, so he's been potentially linked to a move away from Arsenal or to Arsenal or Tottenham. He's mentioned AC Milan have showed an interest in him as well. He's obviously an ex-Villarreal player, is Bailey, but potentially we know it's been Small and Lindelof that have been participating there this season. As I said, Matteo Darmian, he could leave the club. I think from his perspective he does want to leave. I think Mourinho said he wants to keep him at least to the end of the season. He isn't getting in the team, even though he did get in the team against Palace. He's only played twice this season, Matteo Darmian, as we all know. But I think, whether Darmian goes January or next summer, because he's coming to an end of his current contract. There's a few Italian clubs that are interested in Darmian as well. So reportedly Man United have been linked with Nikola Milkovic. He's another player. He's got a contract with Florentine 2022-2023. He's also an ex-Partizan Belgrade player. He can play as centre-back. He can also play as a left-back as well, reportedly. Man United have showed an interest in him. He's been at Florentine since 2017. Reportedly he's rated at around 50 million. So reportedly it says Man U have been interested in him as well. Jose Mourinho's kept tabs on him. Reportedly Joachim Anderson's also been mentioned as well. Reportedly Man U showed an interest in him. He's only 22 and Nikola Milkovic's 21, so they're both still in their prime years, as we all know. And potentially it says Man United have been interested in Joachim Anderson as well, and he's a Sampdoria player, centre-back, 22. Quite tall as well, like Nikola Milkovic. Reportedly he's represented Denmark from the under-16s to the under-21s. He risen up the ranks. His ex-teams are Copenhagen, Midtjylland and FC 20 and George 20. He broke in the senior team in 2013, the player. I don't really know much about him, but I know Man United have showed an interest in him.
And the cross goes towards the far post.
I don't really know much about him, but it says Man United have reportedly showed an interest in the player.
Great technique, worthy goal.
He's always on the move in the box, this lad. We know
But for me, I just, I want Mourinho out because, we've spent a lot of money. We're not in the commanding position that we should be in. Mourinho, since he's been appointed manager, potentially has not met the expectation levels because, considering the history, as he keeps saying, in this club, the size of this club, and considering Mourinho's history, the expectations would have been Mourinho get Manchester United back to being a competitive side and winning and challenging for major honours, and we have failed to meet that expectation level. We haven't done it. We have just not done it, and this is our worst season under, for years, and our worst season, especially under the Jose Mourinho era, because last season, we got second place. We did finish 92 points behind City, but last season, at this stage, we were winning games, there's goal difference, was goals, we're scoring more goals, goal difference are better, we were keeping more clean sheets, as I said, and we haven't kept that many this season in Premier League, whilst we won. We've only kept one this season, one clean sheet, when we've won in a game this season. We kept one against Palace, but we didn't win, we drew that game, so I think it's only one win we've kept this season while keeping a clean sheet. And what was that game? We kept was it Burnley away? Yeah, with Burnley away, so you can tell we've got problems defensively, you can really tell. At the left hand side, I think the right hand side needs addressing as well, but at the left hand side, potentially, the left hand side, I think, Sanchez needs to go. Do you think Perisic would, complement Manchester United very well? He's 29 years of age, he's highly experienced. Man United were linked to him last summer, obviously. We couldn't get him because Inter Milan were demanding £48 million. We were refusing to pay the £48 million, obviously Inter Milan were demanding for the player. This is why the deal never materialised. He has a good band with Lucius Felder, he's a good winger, good two-footed player, good in the air. Versatility very good. Can play as a left winger, can play as a winger, can play as second striker, can play as an attacking midfielder as well, can Perisic. So potentially, he would be good. Reportedly, Milan are demanding they want just round about £31 million for him now, because his performances haven't been that good this season. We know Inter Milan are under financial fair play regulations, as we all know. So basically, they have to sanction a couple of players off, obviously. To potentially avoid financial fair play sanction and invest some money in Inter Milan's club. But they can't buy any players anywhere till next summer anyway. They can agree to buy players in January, but they can't officially sign them till next summer, as we all know. And potentially Perisic, as I said, he's done well in the past. When in his prime, he was very good. Good with Club Brugge, good with Dortmund. I thought he was good with Wolfsburg. And his performances for Inter Milan have been good, just not potentially as good this season, to be quite fair. And I'll tell you what, right, I'm playing shit on FIFA lately, me. Really, and Milan Skriniar's been mentioned in the press as well as a potential Man United target. He's rated at around £70 million as well. He's Milan Skriniar. He's rated at around 70 million as well. So
here comes the corner.
Inter Milan, I think we're looking to renew his contract or something like that. He's been how old is he? 22, 23? I think he's still in his prime. He's Milan Skriniar. He can play as centre back and defensive midfielder. Reportedly Man United have showed an interest in him as well. He did say, as I keep saying, Ivan Perisic and Milan Skriniar could be part of the deal of coming to Manchester United, of Pogba going to Inter Milan, and a deal worth £200 million. So it was called a players plus cash deal. 200 million plus 200 million. Pogba got in Milan, and we get two of their players. And this rumour stemmed, since basically Beppe Marotta's become the new Inter Milan director, because obviously he's the ex-Juventus director, and he's got a good bond with Pogba, and he hasn't had a good relationship with Jose Mourinho because he's had disputes with Jose Mourinho's Paul Pogba. Potentially Man United wouldn't want to lose him, Paul Pogba, but obviously the Man United board and that would potentially, if there was any truth in this rumour that's been stemming, as it came out in the paper last week, then potentially it probably would persuade Man United to potentially offload him, as I said. And but I think Christian Pulisic has been mentioned. He's not potentially one of Jose Mourinho's actual priority targets. As I said, he isn't. potentially one of Jose Mourinho's priority targets. But he says Man United have led the race. As I said, under Jose Mourinho, I don't think we're going to succeed. We're not going to elevate to that higher level, and that's just me at the moment. That's just how I feel. And potentially, I don't think if we get young players in, they're going to grow and develop at this club or under Jose Mourinho. That's my opinion on it. You know, potentially, it is my opinion. Christian Pulisic can play, as I said. There's a few teams interested in him. He's rated at around £70 million. He is 20 years of age, so he's very, very young. He is younger than Rashford. He is younger than Martial. But potentially, if he was to come, do you think he'd complement our team fantastically well? His player, he can play as an attacking mid, he can play out wide as well, can the player. He's established himself well in Germany with Borussia Dortmund very, very well. He's been in the senior squad Borussia Dortmund since 2016. He's risen up the youth system fantastically well with Borussia Dortmund. It's Christian Pulisic. Potentially it says Man United have entered the race for the player, but reportedly Borussia Dortmund are willing to do business next summer. They're willing to do business next summer, so reportedly they're willing to sanction him off next summer, as long as you know, like United, Chelsea, Liverpool who are interested in, demand what pay the 70 million, a summer, 70 million what Borussia Dortmund are demanding, because that's what they want, that amount for the player. Chelsea wanted him in January, but potentially Borussia Dortmund have confirmed that they're not willing to do any business for him in January. They want to keep him till the end of the season. Borussia Dortmund have confirmed. But with Chelsea, potentially, Chelsea are in desperate need for him. Liverpool have also showed an interest. Chelsea are in desperate need for him because of Eden Hazard, and obviously Sarri at Chelsea obviously is looking, especially to reinforce his defence, because he's got a few defenders that are aging up now at Chelsea Football Club. But potentially he has showed an interest in Pulisic. Eden Hazard has confirmed he could leave Chelsea next summer. This is why potentially Chelsea have showed an interest, with Eden Hazard making an announcement that he could leave Chelsea next summer. PSG were interested, but I think he's dispelled the myth and potentially discarded himself from going to PSG. So he's ruled himself out of making the move to Paris Saint-Germain, as I said. And Eden Hazard's well proven in Premier League, can play as an attacking mid, can play out wide as well. I love him, Manchester United, and he has a good bond with Mourinho. I really, really do like him. Eden Hazard, he's been in Premier League now, is it 6 or 7 years? It was good for. He was at Lille for like 8 years. 2 of the years in the youth academies up the ranks. Started playing. He made his professional debut at the age of 16, and when he was in his prime, obviously, and in his prime, he was very, very good, Eden Hazard. And look at him now. He's absolutely potentially world class. He's Eden Hazard for Chelsea. There's been no sign, and like Christian Pulisic is coming to an end of his deal in 2020. Hazard's got 18 months left of his contract. There's no sign that he is going to sign a new contract with Chelsea Football Club. There's no sign of it whatsoever. Like Borussia Dortmund have been in discussions of trying to secure Pulisic a new deal, but the talks have not been successful. So I think Pulisic is keen on the move to the Premier League, and potentially Eden Hazard could leave, because the players won awards. He won on the double with Lille. He's won, honours with Chelsea, and his performance has just been absolutely sublime to Eden Hazard. So potentially Chelsea identifying as a replacement for Eden Hazard, and Liverpool have showed an interest in him, because we know Klopp's obviously worked for him in the past, so Klopp's looking to reunite with the player, so looking for a reunion. Klopp admires the player. He did say basically they want to invest some money for Fabinho Liverpool, because he's become a flop since being at Liverpool. He's only been at Liverpool since May as Fabinho, and he had 5 good years with Monaco, where he played 233 times, scored 31 goals, been at Madrid in the past as well, and I don't think he's really established himself well in the Liverpool team, since he's come to the Premier League. He does deserve a bit more time, because he's only been there since May. As I said, sometimes it does take time for players to settle in when they come to experience a new era, like in English football, because he's never played in English football, Fabinho, before he came to Liverpool. So he might be getting used to playing around. He wants to get used to playing in a new era, playing amongst different players and stuff like that. So, but Liverpool said reportedly the board of Liverpool are looking to cash in on the player. Penalty to me, to cash in on the player, and they probably want around about the fee that they did pay for him back in May, and obviously they want to invest some money to try and get their pursuit of Christian Pulisic, because Liverpool have been linked with him, as I said. and that's 1-0. So there's only now, as I said now, there's only 3 or 4 weeks now left till the transfer window opens. So it's going to be interesting to see what teams players sign, who Manchester United sign. I said regardless of who we get in, I don't care who we get in, I just have no confidence that we're going to elevate to a higher level under Jose Mourinho, and it's as simple as that. I just don't think we're going to do it, and I don't like being negative, but that's what I think is going to happen. I just don't believe that we're going to, because obviously it's like year 1 with Jose Mourinho again. It really is like year 1 with Mourinho. It's like year 1 with Jose Mourinho, where he's just come in, discard his pedigree. He's had a great pedigree. It's like he's just come in and he's getting used to the players, getting used to the coaching staff and the whole club. But he isn't. He's used his club by now, because this is his 3rd season, and everyone, you know, people are speaking about his tactics, his team selection and all that, and you know, potentially he's wrong for criticising players, you know, young players that he has been criticising, and he's had disputes with the top players since he's come to this club. And I think, you know, since Ferguson's retired, we haven't been the same team. We had that success under Fergie for nearly 3 decades, nearly 30 years of success, and you know, we've just gone downhill. We have just gone downhill, and you know, we've had different managers with different philosophies, different styles of play, and this is the worst style of play I've seen, and the worst football I've seen Manchester United play for years. The football is absolutely terrible to watch of Man United this season, absolutely woeful. It's like basically this season we're playing long balls, we're playing backwards. It's like we always seem to, now this season especially, we always seem to rely on a piece of brilliance from one player, and that's what we do. We're not potentially, why do we only rely on a piece of brilliance from one player? This team, we've got to, the important thing is, and the essential thing is you've got to work as a team, and that's what we're not doing it. There's no energy in the team, there's no heart, there's no desire, there's no passion. It's just nothing in that team at all that, you know, gives me confidence that we're even going to get top 4 this season so far. So potentially for me to change my hopes of this, we have potentially, the performances have got to step up. Mourinho's got to get his team right, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I just have no faith while Jose Mourinho's in charge. I'm not the one, you know. I like the guy, I don't hate him whatsoever, but I'm criticising him for some of the stuff he's doing, and it's just being honest. I don't hate the guy, he's achieved well in the past, he's proven to be a winner in the past, he hasn't got it here, the winning mentality, as we all know, because we've all experienced and witnessed it. But yeah, I just don't think he can push us along. I just have no confidence at all that he's going to do it. I just really don't.
Ricardo Pereira trying to get the ball in behind. Disappointed that didn't lead to more.
I've been playing crap on FIFA recently. I really have, honestly.
Fred.
So the good news is, as I said, in terms of speaking about David De Gea, positive is he hasn't made the decision yet. He's waiting for Man United to make a key decision. He wants to know if Jose Mourinho's staying. Then he's going to decide whether he's going to sign this new deal at Man United or not. And I think he loves it at Man United.
No, I don't think so. He was there, right place, right time.
Off we go again, 2-1.
I think he loves it at Man United, does De Gea? He does. Because he said he's happy at Man United. But obviously, he's not going to be happy, you know, with the position we're in, you know, the issues around Mourinho and stuff. That's one thing he's not going to be happy with, but he knows, De Gea, his performances have been fantastic since he's arrived. Absolutely fantastic.
Shaqiri, and it's Giroud they're looking for with these crosses.
So potentially, if I have any chance of Jose Mourinho keeping his job at Man United, you know, potentially we've got to get top 4 this season at least, minimum. And get the Champions League obviously for next season. So that's what we've got to.
Slipping it through. Good reach by the goalkeeper to tip it over the bar. Well, they might not be rushing to take the corner. A goal to the good, of course. And he bangs it away.
That's what we've got to do. And next season, if Mourinho's still here, which I don't know if he will be, depending on how we get on from now on, then potentially next season will be a higher expectation, meaning go for the league title. Because then by then, whether Mourinho's in charge or whoever comes in charge, we'd have bought some more players into the squad, I should presume, and then that should dramatically improve us. But as I said, we have no faith under Mourinho.
It's a very good interception.
We do have no faith under Jose Mourinho at this club. We could have lost last week to Palace as well. We were lucky not to lose last week. We really were lucky not to lose last week.
Now Danilo getting forward well.
We're lucky that Fellaini wasn't sent off last week as well.
Yeah, it's the goalkeeper's ball. The ball shows guided through. In with a chance. Vardy! The direct running of Jamie Vardy leaves the defenders behind. Great goal.
There's no chance of catching him once he's away, is there?
That's a great breakaway. The counter-attack, timed to perfection, executed to perfection.
Yeah, you see this more and more in the modern day game.
Well, fucking doing my head in this. I'm playing absolutely shit.
Just a reminder,
I've got shit at FIFA recently, mate. I just haven't played it for a while. I played it yesterday, I know, but before that I didn't play it for quite a few days, and you know,
made the tackle.
I don't come on it as much time. I just get sick of playing it. It fucking pisses me off, so
3-1.
I can't be really bothered with it anymore. This will be the last game anyway because it's already getting on my nerves.
So we're all set.
But as I said, should win at weekend. Arsenal's going to be difficult on Wednesday. It really, really is going to be difficult. I presumably Lindelof will be missing it. Said he's going to be out till late December. Sanchez will probably be missing it as well. You know, and I think Arsenal is going to be a really, really difficult game. It really is, because Arsenal are in great form. They're unbeaten in like 18 games in all competitions this season. One beneficial thing is, one good statistic to tell you about, they haven't beaten us at Old Trafford in the Premier League since, is it 2006, the last time actually Arsenal beat Man U at Old Trafford in the Premier League. I know they beat us in the Cup quite a few years ago at Old Trafford, but I'm on about in the actual Premier League. They don't have a great record against the top 6 sides, do Arsenal, to be quite fair. You know, I remember, Marcus Rashford, a couple of years ago, he scored twice on his Premier League debut against, Arsenal. Very, very good. And we had that game, we had all the kids out, we had a lot of big names out, and we still managed to win that game 3-2. We did, and we beat them last season 3-1. I don't know how Manchester United won that game last season. I really, really don't. We was 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes, but it was defensive mistakes in that game. And Arsenal, after that 10-minute mark, were just ripping us apart. They had a catalogue of chances. Man United weren't even in the game, and they must have had about 33 shots on goal. Won about 15 of them on target. Man United, I think, had 3 of them were goals and 1 of them were on target. So, potentially, we was lucky to win at the Emirates last season. We beat them 2-1 at home last season. I think Fellaini scored. Was it Fellaini who scored the winner last season? But potentially, Arsenal are a different side now. Really, really are. They've got a good side. Don't think they're good enough to, win the league, but they have got a good side. They've got Lacazette and Aubameyang, really good partnership. Very, very good indeed. And it's going to be a tough game, very, very tough game. And it's not Man United and Arsenal. Obviously, it's not the fixture it used to be back in the day when Man U had all them great players and Arsenal had all them great players. That's when Man United and Arsenal, when we used to play, they were title deciders, but no longer now, as we all know. But obviously, Arsenal back in 2004 went undefeated all season, didn't they? They didn't lose a game in the Premier League, but obviously they went on a 50 unbeaten match run. Man United, we were actually the team that ended their unbeaten run, as we all know. But
spotted that well and intercepted.
But yeah, it'd be a good game on Wednesday. I can't predict a winner. I could, but where we're playing at the moment, I think Arsenal could actually win the game. They're playing fantastic at the moment. They've had a few draws, obviously, in this run so far, when they had lost in like 18 games in all competitions. Unai Emery has got Arsenal playing really, really well. And they had Arsene Wenger for 22 years, so they had him for over a decade, Arsenal. Obviously, Wenger before Arsenal, he won honours with Monaco. He obviously was at Campus 8 as well in '96, and then he went to Arsenal in 1996 and he won so many honours. Arsenal are the current record holders, obviously, the FA Cup. I think they are. I think Man United have just won behind them, if I'm right. Let me know if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. It might be Man U and Arsenal are level on FA Cups, but potentially, yeah, his first 11, 12 years, Arsene Wenger, he just did an absolutely phenomenal job, and then all of a sudden, he went a bit downhill, and then last few years, you know, Arsenal fans wanted him out, but he was a great manager, like in his first 11, 12 years at Arsenal. He really was, and won Premier Leagues with them, you know, FA Cups with them, and you know, and all that. And didn't win the Champions League with Arsenal though, because Arsenal haven't won it. But you know, there was close in 2006 against Barcelona to winning it. To be fair, they didn't. But I think we've got a good record against Arsenal at home, because they can never beat us at Old Trafford in the league anywhere. We even beat Arsenal under the David Moyes era, believe it or not. We beat them under David Moyes.
Looking for a through ball. Well, that's the upside of being a goalkeeper. We've seen the downside.
And I'm playing shit on this, and this is my last game. But as I said on this channel, we always update you with the news, what's going on. We always give you previews and reviews. Tomorrow, there will be the Southampton review coming up. I'll have to obviously look at the highlights so I can give you a match reaction on the game. So I can give you a reaction on the game of what happened.
Rashford. Alvaro Morata. And he's got to get it away now.
And then I think we'll be doing more transfer news and that, and then we will be, I think it'll be Monday, I'll be doing the preview for the Man U Arsenal game. I might do it Tuesday, I'm at college on Tuesday, but I'll be back for the evening. I might do it Monday, it'll be Monday or Tuesday, I'll do the Man United Arsenal preview anywhere, as we always do on this channel. So yeah, so we have got winnable games coming till Christmas. As I said, and we need to win them all if we want to get in that top four. We need to win them. That's simple as that. It's simple as that. And Southampton, you know, potentially a very, very poor side this season, as it's proven. As I said, because you know they've only won one game all season.
That counter-attack didn't work, and they might be counter-attacked themselves now. Alvaro Morata, shots on here. That's a very good save. He was in.
But we've had good news about De Gea, because obviously, potentially he's going to make a decision, you know, because he's relying on whether Mourinho stays or not. Then he's going to make the decision. And potentially Mourinho is convinced he wants to stay. He's happy at the club. He's convinced he will sign a new. He thinks Man United will get that. He thinks that Manchester United, does Jose Mourinho thinks that Manchester United will get De Gea a new deal at the club. And I hope he does. And I hope he does, because he's a world-class keeper. But obviously, if we want to keep key players that are real, if we want to keep certain key players, we need to, you know, improve. You know, we need to be up there challenging, you know, for the size of this club, and we're not. And I've currently lost again by the looks of it. I've lost.
Corner played in. Good defensive clearance there. Rashford. And shoots. The shot gets blocked. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I haven't bought any FIFA points for quite a while on this, you know, potentially, because I never seem to get the players I want. You know, potentially, I've spent money on, as I said, about 20 quid on a FIFA points on FIFA Ultimate Team. I think some people say packs are a waste of money because you never get the fucking players you want on your packs. As I said, you don't really get the players that you want on your packs.
Shaqiri. That's an excellent cross. Ricardo Pereira. Now Fernandinho. Opportunity in a wider area. Wonderful interception. Morata. It's unlike him really to play the ball straight to the opposition. What about this for a shot? Praise for trying the shot, Alan.
Well, his teammates aren't too happy.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Referee has indicated.
Fourth official has indicated 3 more minutes. Martial. Spaced across the ball now. Danger was looming large, but they've got themselves back on the ball. Well, maybe the counter-attack is on here. Clever ball. Great ball. In with a chance. Super goal.
Can't be bothered with this game anymore, mate. It's shit. It's wank, mate. It really is wank. I can't even be fucking bothered, mate, with it. It does my head in, honestly. I can't even play this game anymore. It just does my head in.
Yeah, they just compounded their superiority with that one.
Little surprising that it is as one-sided.
I've lost so many games recently because I've just been playing absolutely shit on FIFA. You always have periods on FIFA where you just play really bad. That's just how it goes. Essentially, let's have a look at the stats. Then I'm going to get off because I want to get out of Division 6. I can't get into Division 5. It's really starting to piss me off, honestly. See the stats though, and I've lost by a 3-goal deficit. I've lost 5-2. Look at the stats. I've had more possession. Wait there. Let's have a look. I've had more possession than him. We've had the same shots on target each. I've had 14 shots. He's had 12. It's just unbelievable, this game. It's total fucking bollocks. Honestly, it is. I'm not getting into Division 5 on this. I've tried so many times and it really is doing me head in. I can't get into Division 5. Oh, now I'm in Division 7, so I've basically been relegated back into Division 7. That's good news. Fucking shit, man. Back in Division 7. Anyway, guys, going to be going off. Got stuff to do. Probably will be, maybe, I can't guarantee there'll be one more live video coming up. There may be one video coming up later on today, or if not, it will be tomorrow. There'll be a few videos coming up tomorrow, as I said. Build up for the Southampton game. As I said, there'll be a review coming up tomorrow evening after the game when I've watched the analysts and that. But as I said, yeah, if you do consider update, Sanchez injured, he's not going to be playing. And if you do consider drop a like, if you do consider smash that like button, as I said. And there'll be more live videos coming up very soon on this channel. As always, take care, God bless guys, I'll see you all again very soon.